But there are those in our party who believe that, as the presiding officer over the joint session of Congress, that I possess unilateral authority to reject electoral college votes. And I heard this week that President Trump said I had the right to overturn the election. But President Trump is wrong. I had no right to overturn the election. The presidency belongs to the American people and the American people alone. And frankly, there is no idea more un-American than the notion that any one person could choose the American president.
In the conservative manosphere these days, there is no shortage of whining about the lack of macho men in our country now that their bully in chief is gone. Like conservative sports writer Jason Whitlock's archaic nonsense about women leaders in his discussion with Thom's Carlson.
I probably am a sexist pig, so I could care less if I'm called that. But the patriarchy is a good thing. It's what God intended. Men are supposed to lead. I'm sorry if that paints me as a sexist pig, but it's what I believe.
Well, that's just an epithet designed to make you be quiet.
I think it's safe to say that Jason can remove probably from that sentence. But anywho, this fixation on making politics more manly isn't new. It goes all the way back to the 80s shtick about Democrats being the mommy party and Republicans being the daddy party. But most recently, a cadre of Trumpists have turned the conservative obsession with masculinity into a full-on rallying cry, like amateur Hitler enthusiast and tree-punching insurrection goober Madison Cawthorn, who's claimed that society is trying to demasculate men and called on parents to raise monster men. Do monster men punch dead trees? Asking for some friends that are trees. Or fake MAGA hedge funder J.D. Vance endorsing vigilante violence by praising Kyle Rittenhouse for showing basic manly virtue. I can't. And who can forget Missouri receding chin Senator Josh Hawley, who has made defending masculinity, as he sees it, his entire M.O. He gave a speech arguing that after being told that manhood is the problem, it's driving men to pornography and video games. Sir! Methinks you doth protest too much. He later doubled down, accusing Democrats of telling men that masculinity is inherently problematic. But by blaming it all on video games and porn, Hawley, the fist-pumping insurrection enthusiast, is just using the cheat code to exploit white male grievance already unlocked by Trump Larange with his faux tough guy shtick. The same kind of macho cosplaying that Hawley was egging on January 6th. Meanwhile, last night, old Tuckums, who, let's just face it, is the literal avatar of the manly man. Okay, I'm just joking. He's literally the opposite. Seemed to take it all to heart, arguing that strong leaders, the kind without any maternal instinct, he says, are under attack.
Creative masculine energy is the essential quality in any civilization. It's how we got civilization in the first place. But increasingly, boisterous masculinity is systematically suppressed to make way for a timid caretaker class, for people who think the whole point of society is to get to zero COVID infections or eliminate all traffic deaths.
Yes, baby man Tuckums. Not giving a crap about your fellow humans and making sure the government leaves them to suffer and die turns you into the Incredible Hulk. Can I stop rolling my eyes now like they're starting to hurt?
Well, let's look at the polling on this issue and Biden approval on key issues. Handling of gun violence, 69% disapprove. Handling of crime, 64% disapprove. I mean, those are pretty bad numbers for President Biden. His approval rating in general isn't so great. And part of the issue is because crime is up in at least some big cities. I know you just mentioned a few where it's down. But the perception out there that things are getting out of control post-pandemic isn't doing him any favors.